That renovation company was an interesting story because they were priced great. Everything was working well. They knew how to price themselves, and they wanted to make 10% on their jobs, which meant their margin had to be the 10% profit they wanted to make plus whatever operating expenses they had. And I believe in that case, it was 15% operating expenses. So their margin had to be 25 to make money. Well, another renovation company came into the market and started just like marking up 20%. So they were undercutting them in different jobs they were competing in. And our client was like, well, what do I do? I'm getting undercut. I'm like, well, you got two choices. You can match that price, but now you're going to lose money in every single job. You're going to start running out of money. The reason to lose money is because you got to pay your operating expenses every month. So if you're losing money on every job, where's that money coming from? You got to draw back from previous profits, or you got to start borrowing money, or you got to start going into a line of credit or an operating line, or
you start delaying your payables to try to free up some more cash.
Exactly.
And you're grabbing deposits from the next job to pay off the bills from the previous job.
Exactly. So they stayed to their guns of, we're going to stick to our pricing. And with that business, our client, their operating expenses were very lean. So they weren't wasting money on stuff they didn't need to waste it on. So because they had lean operating expenses, we knew their prices were pretty much as low as you could get to make a profit. So if the competition's cutting that under, we knew the competition wasn't making money because we could do the math. And the choices were match and also lose money, and then who can last longer before one goes bankrupt, which there are companies that do that strategy, by the way. Like if they have deep pockets, they'll drop the prices to get their competition to lose money too, and then hope they run out of money first and then bring the prices back up. But that's hard to do with your customers. Drop the prices for a while, then bring them back up. So second choice was keep the prices the same and let the competitor run out of money and go bankrupt. So our advice was, well, go look at your competitor, do some research and see if you think they have deep pockets, meaning a lot of money to borrow. And their analysis on that was they didn't have those deep pockets. So they said, let's stick with our guns. They stuck with their guns, did the pricing.
This was short-term pain.
Yeah, short-term pain, but got the jobs where the other company wasn't competing. So they just went after jobs they weren't competing. The other company kept getting jobs where they were losing money. And it took about 6 months. And finally, it was at a workshop we did. Finally, that client stood up and said, wow, just had a great win. They said that, because they went through that stress of do we match? And she stood up and said, we did it. Like that company just went bankrupt last week. She's like, they're done. So now we got no concerns anymore.